Hey guys, it's Mage Foley here. I am sorry it's taken so long to put out another video. To be fair, I do have the excuse of trying to reset my sleeping pattern for my cousin and my sister's birthday that are coming up, and it's barely taken me enough energy to even stream, let alone record. So on the plus side to that, I've actually finished the main game of Super Mario 3D World on Twitch, so I'm happy with that. Yeah, so we're gonna keep on trucking with Extended Edition by doing Strangers. Now, this is actually one of my favorite missions of the game compared to some of the other ones. There are some disadvantages in this one where your units actually can't see like a foot in front of them, but we get special units in this one called Shades. Now, if people have played the multiplayer portion of the game, these aren't Hades Shades, where they actually just act like soldiers after they come back, like, you know, they come back from the dead to the temple. These shades are shades that will one-shot units, but at the cost of their life. However, and they also give you long sight, so we're going to want to keep a few alive. In fact, we're going to try to keep most of them alive, and it'll make the end a cakewalk. You really don't have to keep most of them at the end, because your heroes are mostly fighting myth units, but it just makes things simpler. So, without further ado, let's get started. Strangers.
It'll take a lifetime to tunnel through this.
The Cyclops said there were other ways into the underworld. That means there are other ways out.
Shades, the dead. We are strangers to this realm, but they know it well. They can show us the way out of this place.
Alright, slightly off topic, I need a bloody haircut. My headphones are getting a little annoying to wear. Alright, usual drill. Assign your heroes to control group 1, your hoplites or your toxite to 2, and vice versa. So, I'm gonna go forward to the left. And there's our first shade. Assign your shade to group 4. And you can see you got a lot more sight. Don't use the shade to kill the Minotaur. Just wait, and then use your heroes. Keep your human soldiers back. They are relatively, I'll say it, relatively useless for most of this mission since you're since you're mostly focusing on myth units. However, there is a section they can help, and that's where there's a lot of Cyclopes and Elder Cyclopes. So they can be as meat shields or whatever. Have Chiron take out the Manticore and let Ajax and Arcantos take on the Wadgets. Can have the Toxite also help now. Try to keep your shades in front so you got line of sight. These gates don't have much pierce armor, so also task your archers to it. As you can see, we can also see Charon's Ferry. We'll be making use of that later. Now, another reason why we don't want to send our human troops further, you can see the Medusae there. What's the upgrade do? More hit points, yep. I think that's all they do. They don't get more damage. It doesn't say they get more damage. Now, if you really want, you can use a shade here, but considering you're versing myth units, your heroes will be fine. Especially since they regenerate health. Even if one falls, it won't take that long to regenerate their health. Well, it will, but just, it doesn't matter too much. If you really want them to heal, just bring them back. But yeah, it's not really worth it. Just give them the worst shot, and then these guys will take care of them just fine. It's also because they're all attacking one different unit, so try to focus the units if you can. It'll make things a lot easier for you, because they'll do a lot less damage if you kill a unit. Alright, send the shades down. I think there might be a spare shade down here, I can't recall. Or it's in the next area. Send them down here. Yeah, it's in the next area. Or I think you've got to kill the Cyclops, but it's not really necessary. Now, I mentioned you should save your shades towards the end. It's true, but you don't really need many, because you'll have... When you collect the relics, you'll get god powers. One of them, I think, is a lightning storm, if I recall correctly. One's a lightning bolt, which you can use one of the against one of the Colossus. Now, if I recall, there's a Manticore down here we're going to want to take care of. It's just a couple of Minotaur. There's a shade down there. So we just got another shade. Bring our human troops forward. Now, when we get the relics, they'll usually spawn myth units we have to kill too. So, be aware of that. Focus this time. And you'll see how much quicker they fall and how much less HP you'll lose. Yeah, this is a nice dungeon crawling level. Looks like the Minotaur want the attention of the heroes. It's a good thing they ignored the human soldiers, eh? As you can see, look, you can't... You should normally be able to see them from here, but because you don't have quote-unquote line of sight in this level, you don't get it. So you have to wait till they're like a foot in front of you. There's another shade.
You have been granted the power of bronze.
So, the power of bronze I don't actually use on my human soldiers. I mentioned we take Charon's Ferry later. And I like to keep them alive from an attack that eventually happens to them with the bronze power. It's pretty funny. Alright. Now, this is where you can use a couple of shades to ease the fight. And this is where we'll probably lose our human soldiers, realistically. But try to engage them where they're not crossing like that. No blocking them. Looks like they're stuck. That's interesting. I've never made that happen before. Alright. Well, we'll use a shade here. And I want to keep while the human soldiers I want as fodder mostly. Alright, focus them if you can. Because otherwise the Cyclops will win here. And that's not what you want. But yeah, we'll lose a few soldiers here. Not that it's going to matter in the long run. One of the few times you actually start with a champion unit in the level without losing them, compared to some other campaign levels. Ajax, help our Cantos, he's dying. So yeah, we'll win this fight. But our Cantos will go down.
A hero has fallen.
Now normally you should be able to sneak by. I guess when I put my shades there, they got stuck. So, I don't know. They still are a unit that has collision, so it doesn't surprise me. Alright, so just put our Cantos back in the control group since he died. We'll also get a few Centaur later in the level, so... you know what? I'm gonna keep my control group the same here. Because otherwise I'm gonna misclick a lot. I do want to keep my Toxite alive a little longer. Actually, no, I'll reset them. I'll just get the shades on 4. Alright, move them down, have the shades go forward. Yep, there's the mummies. So let's take them on. Also, try not to forget the relics, guys. I remember when I was a little kid, I actually did that once, and I had to go back for it, but I had no boats. So, yeah, if you leave a relic behind on this shoreline, you're screwed. So, don't forget. I don't actually want to send my Toxite here, because I don't want them to turn into minions for the mummies, so I'm not going to do that. Another game I really need to start is Serious Sam 4, actually. I bought that a while ago, they've improved on it. But I really wanted to co-op it with a friend, so, but we're both doing our own streaming kind of thing, so... He's doing like some Xbox challenge. Used to be called Blood-Eyed Drakan, I believe. His name's the Wolf Arok now. I might put a link in the description if you want to go watch him play some classic Xbox stuff. Good friend of mine. And yeah, lately this week I'll be streaming some RuneScape questing because I think this year I want to try to go for the RuneScape Quest Cape, which is complete all quests. So it should be interesting to see. There's another shade down here. I think there's also one more down here. but it's not like I said, it's not really needed. Now restoration will be handy in. Oh, for God's sakes! All right, something you should be aware of, guys, because I just wasted a shade. Shades can be used on Crocs. I obviously didn't see him, so I lost a shade for it. Just be aware of that. We'll get another one here at Charon's Ferry, but that was a waste. I hate Crocs so much in this game.
I will ferry you across the River Styx, but beware the creatures beneath the waves.
Alright, so put them all on this boat. Now, don't just waypoint to this flag. There's a Kraken there. Kraken's one-shot the ships. We'll get more, and these are going to be our bait, essentially. They also do extremely good damage against myth units being Charon's Ferry ships, so have them assault the enemy. If you're really scared, use a bulk guard power, but just focus them down and you should be fine. Krakens do attack slow, but that special ability more than makes up for that slowness. Or at least how it feels, anyway. Alright, once they've got the attention of the last Kraken, dump your hero units there. Now you can also help. Now, these ships are pretty much doomed, unless you want to bronze them. Hey, centaurs. So put the centaurs on too, keep them on their control group. Now, we'll get the entire map here lit up, but due to the way the level's, I guess, coded, your hero still can't see 1 foot in front of them, despite the map being lit. So they won't. You still need the shades to guide them, essentially. However, it does make it easier for you to left-click them, so it should be easy enough for you guys. I think there was another shade down here. Nope. Yeah, one of my more favorite levels. We'll see the Leviathan attacks the ship soon. Since I don't really care for bronze, we'll be using bronze on the ships and see if they can live. It's like a little game I like to play. Now, when we get past this gate and up to the circle bit around here, they'll spawn some more Wagetts. So we'll be taking care of those. So many Plague of Serpents. Like, Hades wants us to collect these relics. He's not making it easy by casting all these bloody hero powers. Sorry, god powers. I'm playing freaking League or MOBAs or whatever right now. Here come the Leviathans. Bronze! And focus fire them. And see who wins. Thankfully, Leviathans don't have specials, but they do have a lot of health. They got 1,000 health. So yep, there's the Wagetts that spawned, because we got in the middle of the circle. Hey, I lost my centaurs. That's unfortunate. I don't really care. It's not necessary at the end. Looks like they'll win. I think there's only two more Leviathans. Meanwhile, we're still fighting these ones. Yep, they'll win. Nice. The ship's won this time. Alright, so all we got of our heroes left. Not that it matters too much. Heroes in the shades are all we need. Now, I think there's more Medusa here, so just be ready for that. Again, your heroes can't be turned to stone, so... Just focus your fire, and the units will melt. Although Chiron can select his own targets. As long as your melees are fighting the same target, you should be alright. Didn't even pick up the relic. Another thing to remember, guys, I should have mentioned this earlier in the level. If your units, like your hero units holding a relic, die, they will drop the relic. Make sure to pick it back up when that hero is revived. Very important. Now we'll get a bunch more shades here, and this is what makes this part pretty easy. You'll get like 2 or 3 more. And I think you can get more than that if you really wanted to. I'm gonna waste one here.
Izvoli, Kalos.
Hades will cast Forest Fire here. So there's another one. There it is. Another shade. Now the wolves, I think, if you have humans, soldiers around, they'll attack your soldiers. I don't think they'll attack your heroes. Oh no, there they are. They'll attack. Because normally they'll attack you a little earlier. Alright, so with the 6 shades, you can save one if you really want. It's not necessary at this point because there's no more gates blocking you as far as I know. Ignore the Minotaur, come to the back. Take out a couple of the Elder Cyclops. There are a couple of Colossi back here we can get rid of. Cast Bolt, Lightning Storm, and you're good. You've pretty much won. Easy. Keep one shade for sight, because why not? Hey look, I didn't even need to cast Restoration. See what I mean? Like, how he's so close, but they couldn't see him. That's why you need a shade. Alright, and that's it. That's it for Revelation. Not Revelation, Strangers, sorry. Revelation was last level. Yeah, it's a shorter level, sort of like Revelation, a little longer. But, yeah, nonetheless, a lot of fun.
The lost relics are returned.
Temples. Arcantos. The gods have favored you before. Perhaps one of them will now, if you ask.
We are lucky that one of these honors Poseidon. It is no use. Why does Poseidon not respond?
Perhaps it is another who favors you. What of Zeus?
No one thinks of poor Hades. So yeah, this is where Arcantos, I guess, begins to doubt Poseidon a bit. Doesn't mention it in the story, but...
Everyone go! Quickly! Move!
And after this, we will be beginning the Egyptian part of the campaign.
We should have opened the first gate to Tartarus. And if you had killed the Atlantean when he came to take the trident back from you, we would have. What if he escapes the underworld? What if he does? He isn't going to gather an army and bring it to Egypt before I've let the old one out. What of the Egyptian gods? Only Osiris would stand against us. And Kemsit claims Set has seen to him. Excellent. If Arcantos does manage to escape Erebus, he will not escape me again. He had better not. Poseidon wishes his sons return to power. No man from Atlantis will stop this.
Oh, Kamos. Ye of little faith. But yeah. Join me next time for the level The Lost Relic. Remember, guys, I got a Discord. My Discord link is in the description if you'd like to join. I notify when I usually go live on Twitch there. I've got a few people that join, sometimes talk, not a lot. It's a small Discord after all. I'm still trying to sort out things with it. Don't forget to follow me at twitch.tv/MajorFoley, where I play multiple games, not just RTSs. So come follow me there. Play Destiny, RuneScape, Command & Conquer Generals recently. Sometimes AOM when I'm feeling the urge to. Not online. I don't play this game online, sorry to say. I've been playing a little bit of AoE 3, not a lot. But I'm trying to get used to it again. And yeah. So check out those links. Remember, I got the playlists for both this and the Gold Edition also in the link if you want to go back and watch the other videos. And remember, guys, to take care of yourselves, keep safe, and I'll see you guys for the Lost Relic.